Hello everyone, it is your DJ for Life, and I am coming to you now from the Ripley's Believe It or Not auditorium here in St. Augustine, Florida. It used to be like a home, and then it was purchased by the Ripley's estate and made into the auditorium. And then behind me, you can see the chrome horse here. And the fun fact the trolley guy said about this horse is it was given to the Denver Broncos one year that they made it to the Super Bowl in honor of their win. However, it was given to them before the actual Super Bowl, and the Broncos lost that year. I believe he said it was 1987, if I heard it correctly. And the Broncos, after the loss, decided, hey, we're going to give it back. So here it is now at the Ripley's Auditorium here in Florida, and it's made out of all like chrome parts from vehicles, different hubcaps and things like that. But it looks pretty awesome, and definitely did a lot of work making it here. So I wanted to show that here before we actually go into the auditorium itself. And there are some other things here on the outside to see. At the one end here from where I'm at, there's a replica of the statue of David, and that one is behind some bushes because they didn't want the public indecency of the actual statue to be an eyesore for most of the residents here. Another thing here that you can see before you head in is the massacre anchor. It says Matanzas. If I'm saying that right, it means massacre in Spanish. This anchor was pulled from the depths of the Matanzas Bay, where people were slaughtered in 1565. This marks the true tragedy in St. Augustine and U.S. history. And here, you know, they say not to climb on it, which I didn't plan to anyway, but I'm sure it could be appealing to some. But here is the anchor that they pulled from that. And there is a guy and a gal being pulled by an oxen here on a wagon. And then here is the actual building, which is, it looks amazing. It looks like a castle, in my opinion, here. And a lot of things here in this area actually have that old historic feel to it, and architecture, because being one of the first and most continuously occupied cities in America, it definitely has a lot of history. One of the things here too, before I forget, is if you're taking the trolley tours, of course they get off every 15 or so minutes at each stop. You can get on or off. A fun thing is that each of the tour guides has like a little bit different strength as far as what they point out. The guy that I just had pointed out quite a few like good places to eat, the different like seafood, pasta, Spanish places to eat where you can get a good steak and burger, you know, and a little bit of review of each. So that's kind of handy if you're new to the area and looking for some unique places to eat. So let's go ahead and go inside and see what oddities we have awaiting. Here we are. When you first enter into the Ripley's Believe It or Not auditorium, you get to see this wood sculpture here. It's actually called, it says, the Whimsical Harmony Wood Sculpture. It says it is hand carved and reclaimed, repurposed utility poles. It is carved using chainsaws, rotary tools, and chisels. It's actually really amazing that someone could be able to do that with those types of tools here, very intricate details here, and then painted obviously later on, but kind of cool to see the elephant shooting here, the water, and going over here and having the alligator head. And we have, looks like a Venus flytrap there, and a giraffe, and just some kind of cool whimsical creatures here. And then over here, we have a metal sculpture of Chucky. Not quite sure what it's made out of, but it definitely don't want to mess with Chucky anyway, and especially one made out of metal. Another fun mirror here. This one makes you look short and stubby, which I kind of am anyway, so not too much of a change for that one. And this one actually, I don't know, like it's a little bit wider, but as far as distortion, not horrible, I guess, but makes it look like I have no neck, which I have a neck a little bit. Here are some tools of torture, which actually St. Augustine has a whole museum dedicated to torture items, and so that would be another thing to check out when you're here. Here they have a genuine medieval torture mask. It says, in the Middle Ages, people who committed minor offenses were often forced to wear iron masks called brinks. These brinks came in many shapes and were intended to humiliate the wearer as well as cause discomfort. I'm sure after having that on for you quite a while, it would be very discomforting. And if you look real close, the slits for the eye is very small, so probably couldn't even see anything. And Scold's bridle, a spiked crown. It said this genuine mutilation device is from the medieval castle of Nuremberg, Germany, and was used to kill religious heretics. Ooh, not a good way to go. Here is the Persian flail. It says that used throughout the history as a form of torture, flails were the weapon of choice to extract confessions during the Spanish Inquisition. Getting slapped with that a few times, I couldn't imagine that it'd feel good. But I'm actually kind of surprised it's not sharp and pointy, even though I still won't want to be hit with it. And as we'll see when we actually get up there, there is a model of a space station made out of toothpicks. And I know when I was here before it said how many toothpicks it is made out of, and I actually didn't believe it because there's another thing, here I'll show you in a bit, that's made out of toothpicks, and it, I believe, had more toothpicks than that. I believe it had more toothpicks than this up here. But here is a lunar lander that's made out of like an erector set. Here, this lunar lander is made from Meccana erector sets and inspired by the Apollo lunar module. Believe it or not. And over here they have the Matchstick space station, which if you say a lot of times in a row, it kind of becomes a tongue twister. So give it a try, and if you do it more than 5 times, let me know down in the comments. But it says here that is created by artist Patrick Acton. This model of International Space Station took over 276,000 matchsticks and over a year to construct. So here it is, 276,000 matchsticks. And I believe that actually is more than this one up here. I was here a couple years ago. I think I remember, if I'm remembering correctly, that this one up here took less than that, even though it is much bigger in a replica of a space station up there. So once we get up there, I'll show you, and we can see how many it was, if it was less than or more than this one here.
Rain took a toll on his body. He soon lost him.
And of course, at every Ripley's here, they have the famous Robert Wadlow, the tallest man alive in history, and he stood at 8 feet 11 inches tall. And put that into perspective, I would be at about I'd say
There have been many extraordinarily tall people.
I'd be at about here at 5 feet 6 inches tall, which, yep, I'm about 5 feet 6 inches tall, so you'd have another 3 feet and 5 inches on me right there. And here is the lizard man that we saw in the picture before. Nice replica of him. His real name is Eric Sprague of Austin, Texas, and transforming himself into a reptile. And to date, he has done the following. It says 650 to 700 hours of tattooing, Teflon horn face implants, teeth sharpened into fangs, and a split tongue, and multiple piercings. And of course, we have Zoltar, who will read your fortune for $1. Hello, Mr. Zoltar.
Soon became
Here we have a squirrel just living his best life after retirement. It's called the fishing squirrel. It says, traditionally, taxidermy is a practice used to study or display an animal as it would have looked while it was alive. And some artists decided to add a little bit more of artistic flair than others when creating their pieces. So here we have a squirrel that's hopefully going to catch some fish, but I don't think squirrels even eat fish in the wild. Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, it's nuts and things like that, but hey, maybe some by the ocean do. And oh my god, be careful. It's a mountain lion. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Yeah. Luckily it's taxidermied and won't quite get me. And here is the full body mountain lion. It says that it's unknown whether Ripley himself killed the specimen or not, but he did bring it back from Africa in 1934, and it adorned his house for many years. Or adorned his house for many years. Oh, and here we go. We can stand here and look. Oh wait. Oh wait, it does move with me. Never mind. So, we can stand here and try on different hats. Here we have a hat with tiki. Here we have a face mask that kind of moves as you talk a little bit. Wow. Oh, that doesn't do anything. And here we have a mask that makes it look like I'm mad. Here we have a mask, and looks like you could knock at my door with that ringer on there, but my guess is that is from a nose piece. Oh, here we go. Not too bad for this one. Let's see what else they have. Oh, here we go. Here's this one kind of looks like a happy one as you're talking. Hello. Oh gosh, this one makes me look like a pig man or something. Wonder how many different masks they have here. And nope, this isn't the one at the beginning, but here's another one. Kind of having trouble fitting on my head here. Alright, and then they talked about the different masks here. New Britain Dance Mask, Kuba Ancestor Mask, and a Puna Mask. Oh, apparently here you can get closer and still see yourself with the mask. So we had a little spot back there to stand on. Thought that's where you had to stand. But here I kind of look like a pig again. Oh, this one makes me look very wise. Have the beard and the decorations here on top. Oh, there we go. Now I look like a monkey. Got the ears and the monkey face. That's kind of a cool mask. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to drinking out of a coconut here. Get a lime in the coconut and shake it all about. Alright, here's some information on the space station matchstick model that I showed you. Here's a little bit better view of it. As you can see, a lot of matchsticks. Down below, I think they said 276,000 if I was remembering correctly. And here it says, this extraordinary 1/28 scale International Space Station is made entirely from matchsticks. It took artist Patrick Acton from Gladbrook, Iowa, 15 months working full-time to complete. And at ground level, the Russian Zvezda surface, I'm probably butchering that, but it says module attached to the European Space Agency's automated transfer vehicle, our 1/14th scale. Alright, let's see. Alright, and here are the answers. It says it took 243,000 matchsticks, which, you know, that's not much less than the other one, but still kind of amazing in my opinion that it's less than the other one that was a lot smaller in size here. And then it says that laid end to end it would go 6.04 miles. Wow, that's quite a long ways for matchsticks to be laid out, but that's pretty cool. A lot of time went into this, 15 months, and turned out really amazing. And if you're getting a little bit hungry on the way, stop here and get some bugs. They have your variety of larvets, crickets, and some scorpion candy. Oh wait, insect inside, not necessarily a scorpion. So there's your chance for some treats along the way. Open if you dare. Well, you know what? I dare. Oh. Oh man, sorry to disturb you. Oh, here we go, another interactive game. It says press a button to start. Alright, so explore some extreme biology. Choose a subject. What's eating you, or be a nature detective. Let's go with what's eating you. It says some tiny creatures have adapted. Oh, I didn't read it all. What is this? Earthworm, hookworm, strand of spaghetti, or a snake? Let's go with a hookworm. That's what I'm going to guess here. Ah, nice. It is a hookworm. It says that they live as adults in the small intestines of animals, and people but do not always cause symptoms. Ooh, what is this? An eyelash mite, a larval mosquito, make-believe creature, or a larva on a fly? I'm going to go with an eyelash mite. It kind of looks similar to that. Ah, there we go. I'm right on that one too. It says many people carry these microscopic mites, mainly on their facial hairs, such as eyelashes and eyebrows. And what's this? A mosquito, a beetle, a fly, or a bed bug? I'm thinking bed bug. Let's see if I'm right. 3 out of 3. Bed bugs feed on human blood but don't live on a person. And they hide in bed springs, cracks, walls, and under wallpaper. Yup. Oh, here we go. What's this? A prop from an alien movie, frog intestine, tapeworm, or a snake? Pretty sure that's a tapeworm. So, we'll go with C, a tapeworm. There we go. It says can live in the gut and says it can live in the gut of some animals or mammals such as rabbits, cats, and people. Oh, here we go. What's this? A common housefly, a something fly, a burrowing beetle, or a fat mosquito? I'm gonna go with mosquito. We'll see. Kind of looks like that. Okay, I'm wrong. That one is a just set fly. Live in Africa and seek animal blood as their food. Bummer. Not bad. I won, but I was only playing myself, so that wasn't too hard to win. Good job, me. If you have a fear of spiders, I would definitely not be watching this part. Whew. Man, that is a huge spider. Gross. Not sure where it's going to be trying to climb up to. You go, little guy. And here, holy crap, that scared me. Man, I even slightly suspected something, but whew. Anyway, and here they have Burmese python squeezing a wild boar. Whoa. Definitely wouldn't think wild boar would have much to worry about, but apparently that python is something to be afraid of. And then they have some other snakes, and down there, an alligator. Backyard beasts. Ha! I wasn't on there for that one. And as we're kind of on our way out here, it says, the tragedy in the castle. In April of 1944, a fire swept through the 3rd and 4th floors of this building. Damage was extensive and 2 women died. And says, to this day, many people claim to see the ghost of Miss Betty Richardson and Mrs. Ruth Pickering. Oh, Mrs. Ruth Pickering. Oh gosh, another tongue twister. Found dead in their bathtubs, roaming this very hallway. And right here, you can see a replica of one of the people that had passed away. And if we go over here, oh my god, they're gone. Where did they go? Is it really their ghost? Where is it? It's kind of a cool optical illusion right here. And here is a wooden ship. It says the Pirate Hunter. With up to 120 guns manned by well-trained crews, these fleet escorts were powerful pirate deterrents. Europe's navies began building large 3-decker warships like this in the late 17th century. So you can see all the little cannons coming out of the side there, ready to protect and deter pirates from coming aboard anything that was following them, or even them themselves. Then they have another warship over here. This one says the Dutch Flute was a typical 17th century merchant ship. It says it favored for their large cargo capacities and small crews. They were cost-effective, undermanned, and slow. Exactly the features that made them easy pirate prey. Kind of sounds like workforces nowadays. Understaffed and unfortunately overworked. Here we can listen to the super remarkable, amazing, unbelievable, outstanding moving sounds machine. All you have to do is press a button down below and you're good to hear a sound. So let's go ahead and press one. And it sounds like a helicopter. Let's press another one here. Whoa. So when you press it, you actually hear the sounds from above coming through the speakers, kind of going from left to right here. Let's try one more. Oh, that sounds like a galloping horse. And then other kind of cool things in this area, it has different optical illusions here. It says, believe it or not, there are no curved lines on this here. You can kind of see it in the camera here, but in person definitely looks like there's some curved lines making a sphere in the middle there. And then staring at the dot, and then you'll see the American flag colors here. It says here, which one is the true center? I'm going to go with this one here, mainly because I'm guessing that it's not the other one, since that actually looks like it. So let's see if we're right. Yep. So that's the true center of this circle with curved lines in it. And now we have two ways to exit. We can do the coward's bypass. For those who don't dare to enter the vortex, you may bypass it by going through this door. Or you can go, proceeding through the vortex will cause disorientation. And here is the vortex. I did this a couple years ago, and it is pretty disorienting. But it's hopefully maybe now that I kind of am used to it or have done it before, it won't be as bad. Let's take a walk through and see how I do. Alright, I'm not going to grab onto any of the sides. Oh my gosh, it literally feels like I'm spinning. Whoa. Like literally, if I'm just standing right here, it feels like I am spinning, like twirling and tilting, and the side itself in person is just standing stationary right here. So yes, as you move, it is pretty disorienting. And here we go through the exit. Here we are on our way to the statue of David, which is behind those bushes. Fun fact along the way here, every time I see a palm tree, I think it's fake. No matter what. Because the only palm trees I see, being that I live in Minnesota, if I see one in person, it's a fake one. And even though I've seen them on TV, I know they're real, I just, for some reason, can't get past the feeling that every single one that I see is actually fake. It just has that look to it for some reason. And here we are inside the statue of David. Well, inside the bushes that contain it. And it's a replica, of course. There are two, I believe it's two replicas, and then the original one, like two life-size replicas. And the original one is in Italy at the Accademia Gallery. And they said that Michelangelo created this. Created it at 26 years old and was relatively unknown at the time. But of course, this is one of the most famous sculptures that he had done in his lifetime here. And then on all the sides here, they have different facts about the statue and about Michelangelo and his life here. So feel free to check that out. Probably could look it up on the website if you want and see the different facts. Definitely I'm not going to be reading all of it here because there's quite a bit of information on each of these sides. But as we take a look around, cover your eyes if you don't want to see anything. But here it is, life-size replica of the statue of David. And you can see his bum bum. Talk about buns of steel, or concrete in this case, or whatever it's made of. Actually, I wonder if it says here what it is actually made of. This one here does say sculptured by Salazzini and Son Studio of Florence, Italy. This replica of Michelangelo's famous David is one of only 2 copies in the world carved to the exact specifications as the original. 17 feet high and weighing 10 tons from one solid piece of Carrara marble. Okay, so it is out of marble and not concrete. I knew I was wrong when I said concrete, but I didn't know if it was marble or not. It says excavated from the exact same quarry in Tuscany as Michelangelo's masterpiece. And this one here, it says, is made in 1963 for the World's Fair in New York City and moved to Buena Park, California in 1965, where it stood for 42 years, and then acquired by Ripley in May of 2007 and erected on this spot on October 1st, 2007. So it's been here about 14 years almost. But there is the statue that I had mentioned. And there you have it. There is a tour of the Ripleys, believe it or not, here in St. Augustine, Florida. There are about, it said, 29 Ripleys in the world. There was one site that said there's 32, so I don't know if they're also including the Ripley's aquariums as well, or if those are counted separate here, but Ripley's also has aquariums that you can visit. But it was fun to go through, see some of the different oddities. I never did see that Fiji mermaid that you normally see at a Ripley's, and I know I saw it here when I was here last time, a couple years ago, and I might have just missed it, who knows, but I didn't see it anywhere to be found. It's kind of cool that they have a interactive section throughout there, kid friendly for sure, definitely some things there that they can do and enjoy. And as you go through, you know, it can take, I took about, I'd say a couple hours almost to go through. I did stop a little bit to have a snack and eat. It wasn't one of those crickets or any of those insect lollipops, but I brought some other snacks here that were more common, like Cheez-Its and things like that. But feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have videos currently up with State Fair in Minnesota, have some stuff from Kansas, and working on getting some stuff here from South Dakota and Wyoming, and I'll be doing the trip here after that. So by the time that this is actually posted, those should be up, as long as I go in the order that I had expected. So like I said, go ahead and check those out and join me for the next adventure.